If we're all from the same place, Speranza, breathing the same recycled air, and fighting the same arcs, why are we pointing our guns at each other topside? Because if this world taught us anything, it's that survival isn't a team photo. It's a negotiation, with risk, with need, with each other. I'm XB, and today we're diving into the PvE versus PvEvP argument, and the in-world reason conflict exists between Raiders. Stick around, because by the end, I think Arc Raiders doesn't make sense, will turn into, oh, it actually does. So if you love lore-driven breakdowns and sweaty extractions, subscribe, like, and come hang on Twitch for live raids and story hunts. So let's get into it. Down in Speranza, the city carved into the bones of the earth, life is rationed by meters and mercy. We're raiders, elevator riders, storm chasers, sent topside to strip the Ark's world for the things that keep ours breathing. Parts, power cells, clean water routes, salvage that still talks to the old machines. The quest lines make it plain. We go up to earn coin, to bring resources home, to keep the lights on. You have the traders and Celeste, post contracts, set priorities, and payout. We are not a standing army, we're a labour class with rifles. We don't get medals, we get jobs. That right there is the first key. We're not a single faction, we're a market. So why do Raiders shoot Raiders if we all come from Speranza? Because Speranza isn't a family, it's an economy. And economies produce competition by design. So scarcity. Ammo is hard, med supply is harder, and some salvage is truly one of one. If a contract pays coin for this art core or that crate, there's no second copy if you're late. Someone extracts, someone doesn't. Contracts, not commandments. Celeste doesn't knight you, she hires you. A contract rarely says split fairly with strangers. It says deliver. That creates first to extract pressure and exclusive bounty behaviour. And the identity fog. Topside, faces are glass and chrome. Nobody wears a Speranza library card on their chest. Trust is expensive, that most of us can't afford. And then we've got audit and blame. If the haul goes missing, nobody back home reimburses your goodwill. That's a moral hazard. Fewer witnesses, fewer problems. And the culture of the rope. Traditions form fast in hard places. Finders keepers. No freebies at the rope. Don't shadow my line. Call it ruthless. But these are etiquette rules born from risk math, not evil. When Celeste pays you that coin, she also says quietly, compete for it. It's mercenary logic. You're rewarded for what you deliver, not for how many hands you held on the way. Just listen to Celeste's tone in her tasks. Pragmatic, transactional, and urgent. We need this. Bring it back. You'll be paid. That's employer language, not commander language. And if coin buys filters, meds, bench upgrades, and favours, coin also buys forgiveness for what happened on the surface. That's the darkest part of the loop. The city is hungry, and the hunger turns neighbours into rivals. So the contradiction, why fight fellow Raiders, isn't a plot hole. It's the plot engine. A city that survives by incentivising dangerous work without mandatory solidarity. It's messy. It's human. It's believable. I get the frustration. You punch through an arc patrol, scrape by on your last sliver of health, and then a shadow you never saw erases 20 minutes of progress. And the PvE only argument says, let the story breathe. More quests, more atmosphere, more space to roleplay the Speranza lifeline fantasy. Reduce cheap losses. Let mastery versus arc be the focus. Give new raiders a place to learn the rhythms without the paranoia. And honestly, a PvE Ops playlist could be powerful. Seasonal operations, narrative arcs, limited reward contracts for progression and practice. I'd play it. We'd stream it. We'd theory craft it. But here's where the world and the game shake hands. Contested space is the point. So in-world, scarcity and contract coins mean someone else's success can be your failure. That's not cruelty. That's the economy of a refuge city. And in design, without the possibility of loss to another human, the coin economy loses tension. The story becomes a corridor, not a crossroads. Think of the Ark as the storm, and the other raiders as the weather. Unpredictable, sometimes helpful, often hostile, always forcing a decision. Do you wave? Do you warn? Or do you trail? That choice is the spark that makes 1,000 different stories out of one map. We fight because we're paid like contractors, not commanded like comrades. Celeste doesn't knit us together. She bids us against the clock and each other. We fight because coins buy life, filters for your kid, a ration bump for your row, a bed for someone who used to sleep standing. It's ugly. And yet, the most beautiful moments in Arc Raiders are when we break the rules the economy expects. You peel off a pack of meds to a stranger you'll never see again. You cover someone's rope knowing you might die for it. You split a hole in silence, head nod, and gone. Those moments feel heroic because the world didn't require them. The tension is the canvas. Your choice is the paint. And here's the middle path that still makes sense in this world. So you could talk about contract tiers and the public operations, PvE. Celeste posts open humanitarian runs, dam adjacent repairs, convoy escorts, salvage cleanups, lower coin, safer routes, lore rich VO. Great for learning and story time. And then competitive contracts. This is where you'll have your PvEvP, high value items, limited quantities, timed postings, maybe even visibility pings that lure the Ark. Higher coin, higher risk, the economy's teeth. And then social consequences. Traders remember, help others. Tiny rep bumps or priority buy windows. Burn everyone, better payouts. Worse prices. The world keeps your receipts. This keeps the heart while honouring the pulse. So, does Arc Raiders make sense to you? Because for me, it does, painfully. We don't kill each other because we hate Speranza. We do it because Speranza hired us to solve impossible problems with limited time and limited trust. The city writes contracts, the surface writes character. Did this breakdown hit you in the feels? Or made you think when you got downed at Extract? Drop a like. Subscribe for more lore-driven analysis. And join our Twitch live streams where we test these ideas in real raids. Tell me your code of conduct topside. Do you wave first, or do you watch the rope? Topside is a bargain we make with a city that can only pay us in coin and time. We step out into the wet light knowing the rules were written by scarcity, not by saints. Celeste posts the contracts, the Ark brings the storm, and in the middle, between extraction and the rain, we choose who we are. Some days we're rivals, teeth bared over the same crate, the same core, the same breath of tomorrow. Other days we're strangers who become a lifeline, a spare med, a silent cover at extraction, a nod that says live. That's the truth of Speranza's children. We are not one thing, we are the argument itself. Carried on boots and gunmetal across a broken world we didn't ask for. So no, Arc Raiders doesn't make sense like a bedtime story. It makes sense like life does. Uneven, unfair, and occasionally unbearably beautiful. The city survives because we do hard math with human hearts, and sometimes we cheat the equation with mercy. When you hear that elevator brake and the lights turn to ash again, remember, Speranza can set the price, but only you decide the cost. So when it's your turn at extraction, do you reach out a hand, or do you reach for the trigger?